Okay, so this is a different view than I normally show. Just thought I'd show a picture of the length of the upper level. As you can see, it represents itself quite well. It's pretty long, even though it's only 5'6" long. It displays, or quite a bit longer from this angle. As you can see down below, I've got the two loops running. There's two trains running around on it right now. We've got the train yard over on the side, on the left-hand side there. That's supported by the locomotive shed in the back. On the upper level, I've got the train running around the upper loop. And then, as you can see, I've been playing with the switching puzzle on the upper loop. That's a lot of fun now that I've actually got a train passing through the switching yard, or through the switching puzzle while I'm trying to use it. Basically, I have about 35 seconds before the train hits the switching puzzle, and I need to make sure that I don't have any cars on the main line as the train goes through. It really makes it interesting. I've had a couple of crashes already, but I'm not using any really expensive cars up there while I'm using the switching puzzle. This little Union Pacific that's running around right now is it's like one of the old Catos that came in a little kit, a little starter box, but it works quite well. Down below, in the lower corner is where right now there's just a couple of camera cars sitting there, but that's where the lumber yard is going to go. I'm pretty stoked about that one. That's going to be a lot of fun building. I've got the two main lines that are there. Those will help me expand the layout if and when I ever get it to move into a house, and I can start expanding this. Hoping that'll happen one day. Not sure what I'm going to put in as far as industry. I've got a couple buildings up there, to help break up the upper deck. I mean, it's going to be covered in trees and shrubs and grasses, but there's also going to be some industry up there. I'm thinking about maybe a brewery. I'm really not sure what else to put up here. There's going to be a road on the front edge there. You can see it in the distance where it starts. It's going to come straight across, and in that little curve that's right there, that the road is going to go by. That's actually going to. There's enough space in there to put a diner and a gas station. So those two, the diner and the gas station are going to go in there. So that's going to be a little industry on its own. Not a lot, but a little bit. And then, like I say, I was thinking about maybe a brewery, maybe a coal mine in the back corner there on the far back corner. As you can see, just past that little white building up on that little black dot that's back there. That's a camera that looks over the layout. That's a little Wi-Fi camera that looks over the layout, so I can actually see what's going on from a different perspective. Maybe I'll show that one of these days. And other than that, not too much to show you as far as additional features. It's still the same basic layout. Two lower loops, one upper loop. I really like this a lot more than the neighborhood up at the top. It's so much more interesting. It's a lot of fun, especially playing with the switcher puzzle. That's a blast now. I mean, it's just like so much fun having that on the layout. Other than that, it's just a mess. I got to build a whole bunch of ramps, for the upper level, and get all that squared away. As it goes across, it goes, through the mountains back there. The train disappears through the mountains, and then when it comes out on the other side, it actually goes downhill about 3/4 of the way across the back, and then it swings back uphill to climb back up to the upper deck. And the reason for it goes downhill is so the incline on the track that goes from the lower level up to the upper deck isn't too much of a pitch to be able to to get up there. There's not really a lot of length right there. There's only about 2.5 feet to go up, almost 3 inches. So I lowered that down about a half an inch. So it didn't have to climb as much. So now it climbs, uses the other half of the loop to get back up to the second deck, and that's working really well. The trains are handling it without any problem. So and they're running pretty slow, and they can still handle it without any problem. So that works well. Other than that, I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else to show you all now. Like I say, there's going to be a ton of trees on the upper deck, grasslands, buildings. Going to be a representation of quite a few things up here on the upper deck. The lower deck is just going to get filled in with the lumber yard, and then not too much of anything else on the lower deck. It's going to be pretty static. The only time I'm really going to use the lower deck is when I want to swap out locomotives, to bring new locomotives onto the upper deck, and on the lower deck, on the 2 loops on the lower deck, if I want to swap the locomotives out, which I can do that. There's like, what is there, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 locomotives sitting on the switch yard over on the left hand side there on the lower level. So I got plenty of locomotives to play around with if I want to swap locomotives around for a different look. So I think that's about does it. Just sort of rambling on here. Hope everybody's enjoying watching what I'm doing here. It's been a lot of fun. Talk to y'all later. Bye bye.